Alright, if you have been following my channel for a while, you just know that I like to pack modular. First and foremost, it makes everything a little bit more organized with all of the small items, cables and what it might be to kind of have them in one place so they don't kind of rattle around in your bag. Furthermore, if you are either a bag reviewer like I am, or you are a bag enthusiast, or you are traveling a lot, you probably need or want to switch bags quite often. And with that in mind, it is a really good idea to kind of carry pouches or utilize a pouch system to be easily move all of your items, for example in this case all of my tech items, from one bag to another. So packing modular is really important for me personally. And in this video I actually want to take you on my journey of using two new pouches. This is not a review. Please keep that in mind. As you can see here in this one, this is actually not even unpacked properly. And I want to kind of see if I can move from my existing pouches to two new pouches and maybe change something in that configuration. This is not a review. I'm just taking you on a journey of me using these new pouches, or not using, loading up these new pouches and then giving you my honest first impressions. And because I will do this kind of on the fly and as spontaneous or in the cuff of the moment, I'm probably starting from this point of the video, I'm probably not going to edit this. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing and then take you along, and you can see maybe if you like one of these new pouches or if you kind of solidify your idea of using these pouches that I already use and have been my favorite. So for example, this is the Evergoods CAP2 liter pouch, my favorite pouch ever. I love this pouch because it holds up all of my equipment that I need for work as a freelance film editor. So I always carry this pouch because it has everything that I need, and it is very well made, and more importantly, when you open this up like so, it becomes a desk cradle. So I can just leave it on the desk like so and have access to all of the items that I need in here. So let's go over what's inside. My favorite mouse, the Logitech MX Master. This is actually version 1. So you can tell this has held up and a lot of abuse. I have the Logitech MX Master 3 on my main desk, but when I'm going through the office, I just take this one. This holds up. It's still working. Some of the rubber is gone, but that's not a big deal. Then I have my charger for my MacBook Pro 14-inch. This is the AOE 140 GaN charger. By the way, if you want to get any of these items, I will link them below. Those are affiliate links. With those you won't pay more, but you will support the channel with a small kickback of that sale. And if you do so, thank you very much. And yeah, GaN charger, love this thing. 2 USB-C, 1 USB-A port. So it doesn't have 140 watts on one, but it distributes them over all of the 3 ports. But fast charging on the MacBook Pro is at 65 watts, if I'm not completely mistaken. So it is, if I connect my phone and my laptop, this is good to go. Then I have a few USB-C and USB-A hubs, really important. A little charger, power bank that is so small. I carry this all of the time to charge my phone, but also this charges my Samsung smartwatch. I have a notebook from Orbitkey when I need to quickly jot down some feedback. And then on this side, I have a bunch of cables that I always need, either for an SSD, charging cable, charging cable for my mechanical keyboard. This is from the Timber keyboard, which had a recessed USB-C port, so I only was able to use this keyboard. Now I'm using the knock-free keyboard, so this is actually redundant. I still keep it in there to charge devices. And yeah, that's basically, oh, in this case I have a small little USB-C cable for the power bank, but also some flash drive and stuff like that. Before I load it over, this is my extended EDC in the Trakke Foulden pouch. Extended EDC means all of the items that are good to have with me when I'm at work, but not necessarily need to be in my pants pocket like my primary EDC. So in here I have, for example, a microfiber cloth for my glasses, another power bank, and I have already somewhat of an idea how I kind of mix and match. Then another charger for my phone from Anker. Basically the idea is this extended EDC is in every bag that I have. When I'm not going to work, I'm not bringing the Evergoods CAP2, but if I have this extended EDC in the Trakke Foulden pouch inside my backpack, I can be rest assured that I always have a wall USB-C charger if my phone dies. Then also a cable, but then a multi-cable if my wife needs some juice. Here are some lightning cables. She still has an old iPhone, but also USB-C, stuff like that. So I can help people in a pinch. Also some duct tape, some multi-tools, stuff, again, that are good to have, but not necessarily need to be in my pants pockets. And that is small enough, and that's the important part, that is small enough to kind of switch from bag to bag if I don't go to work, but still want stuff with me. Now, that brings us to this pouch. This is the Orbitkey 2-in-1 tech pouch. And in my mind, I'm thinking this could be ideal. I could combine everything that is in the Evergoods CAP2 and in the Trakke Foulden pouch and move it in this, because, hence the name 2-in-1, there are two pouches in here. One main compartment and then one small pouch that you just can take out and yeah, just bring along if this one is too big. So my idea is, and that's why I wanted to make this video, to kind of bring you along and see if what I plan to do actually works. Here are some instructions. Not going to look at that because I feel like when I don't read the instructions, I have a better feeling if the design of the product is actually intuitive. So I'm not going to read that. On the other hand, I also have this Tactical Geek small little pouch. Initially I thought, oh, I want a new pouch for my extended EDC because I was so happy with the Tactical Geek sling bag that I reviewed in my last everyday carry, and not last, the month before everyday carry, that I thought, hey, maybe I could check out this Tactical Geek pouch and switch out everything, that I have in the Trakke Foulden pouch into this Tactical Geek pouch. But then I noticed that this is really small. So in my mind, I will try two things. Either I put everything that I have in these two pouches in this, or I put 80% of this in this and have some of the tools inside this pouch. So let's see how this works out. First and foremost, I open this up. Oh, by the way, I really love this orange color. I prefer high-vis colors for these pouches because they are so much easier to see, and more importantly, not to see inside my bag, but more importantly, I see them much faster in an office if I've potentially forgot to pack them back into my backpack. So open this up. It has somewhat of a desk cradle feel. It's not as desk, in air quotes, desk cradle-y as the Evergoods CAP2, but this is cool. Let's see first what this would be like if I pull this out. Okay, so this is the other pouch, the smaller one. What I really like is there are a lot of kind of slots to organize all of your items, and that is a good thing. First impressions, I would have loved if here in this pocket would be one zippered compartment inside just to store away those small little thumb drives. but here in the front is such a pocket. Maybe that's the place for those smaller items. Now, let's kind of think about this. This should be or could be my extended EDC that I always kind of leave in here and then pull out. But is that actually beneficial? I don't know yet. So let's put this back in here and load it up with the essentials. So first and foremost, the Logitech MX Master. And I feel like this is a perfect item for all of my reviews, because in my humble opinion, or from my perception, many brands kind of plan out to pack items that are in the Apple ecosystem. For example, the Magic Mouse. It's a flat mouse. In my humble opinion, a terrible mouse. But because it is so flat, it fits everywhere. This is a chunky mouse and usually does not fit in most bags. So let's put it here, and it does fit. This is great. Here's a small little divider that you can actually take out. I will leave it in there just to see if I can organize my items better. This is already really cool. Because of the divider, it actually stays in place fairly well. This is actually cool that I can put the charger into this little mesh thing and then have a little bit of space in the back. So maybe use that as my power compartment. And I always thought about, I had this Shark power bank in the Trakke Foulden pouch as my extended EDC. But now that I think of it, it would be much better, although this is a smaller capacity, put this smaller one into my extended EDC and put this bigger one into my tech kit. Maybe that is a better solution. So put it here next to the AOE GAN charger, creating this small little power area. I hope the lighting is good enough. This seems a little bit dark, but yeah, let's just roll with it. Next up would be my USB-C hubs. I already can tell this is not working as I would like, because this secondary pouch, or the pouch overall, is big enough to kind of fit all of my tech items, but I don't think that I can combine or consolidate all of my extended EDC and my tech items into this Orbitkey, because they need so much space. That is not a fault of this compartment, but the fault of me, of what I all bring with me. So I already feel like that this secondary pouch is great, but takes away some of the space that I would need to kind of utilize for my items. So, not really sure if I want to do that like that. So let's just see. Take out all of the cables. I understand that this might be excessive with the cables, but yeah, let me see. Can I reduce? I definitely need these two cables, the extended cable, at least one USB-A to USB-C, then the MacBook cable. These I could live without those. Put them in here. Yeah, I can already see that it fits, but it becomes unorganized. So I guess I would rather take out this second pouch, although this is really cool. I do like this. I probably will utilize this differently. It does not work for my use case in here. So what I will do now is put these USB-C hubs in here. Let's see. Put that there. Okay, that fits. Put this in that one. All right, so that's already good. I can kind of organize the hubs in these two slots. The cables, that's a different story. I could just kind of throw them in here, and that's probably the best thing that I could do. Put some of the cables that aren't necessarily need it all of the time in one of this slot just to have them safe. By the way, I always use this Velcro cable ties. Really recommend them. I will link them below as well. They are really cool. All right, and put all of the other excessive cables. Yeah, just drop them in here. So for that, this is really cool. Then notebook. Let's put the notebook in the front here, or shall we put it here? No, let's put it there. Put all of these small items. So you can see this is a lot of small stuff. Pen, some SD cards. Yeah, let's put all of those small items in here. Thumb drive, like that. All right. Oh, there's a pen loop here. That is a good place. Put that there. This small cable. Yeah, put that also here. Ow. I poked myself with the pencil, so maybe not a great place for the pen. Yeah, let's put the pen in the front zipper. Again, I'm going through with this with you at the same time. Sorry that I'm not editing this, but I feel like it is maybe really interesting for you to see my thought process in real time. So that would be inside this. So it is really packed. I feel like I did not utilize the space efficiently enough yet. But as you were able to tell, I can fit all of this stuff inside this Orbitkey organizer. I'm just thinking if I could kind of optimize how it is inside here. Granted, in the Evergoods CAP2 I did not put this inside. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe it is better if I put this in here and then have the cables like so, just to keep this a little bit more organized. Maybe that's better. Now, put that back here. Is that better? Yeah, that feels a little bit better. So I put the power bank in this slot, charger here, all of the cables next there. Close this up. Yeah, that fits a little bit better overall. It feels like the space is utilized a little bit better. Let me get a quick drink of my coffee. All right, so we have everything in this tech pouch. Now, this one or this one, which would I utilize as an extended EDC? To be fair, I don't really like this in terms of sizing. I like if my extended EDC is small enough to kind of throw around from one bag to another. I do like this. I can kind of see this being utilized as somewhat of a camera accessory pouch. But let's see if I can kind of take out all of this stuff. As you can tell, this is kind of like tools and stuff like that. So first and foremost, the most important part are charger. Let's see if I can fit that in the Tactical Geek. Charger. Oh no, it's already very tight and small. Power bank. Nope, nope, that's not going to work. The prongs will stick out. That's such a shame. I would love to utilize this. So let's see. If I would not carry a power bank, charger, some gaffer's tape. It's always good to have some gaffer's tape with you. Fits perfectly. Then I have a small little flashlight. This is the Prometheus flashlight. Would I maybe carry it on the outside? No, I don't want that. So put that on top here. Then I have a small little Swiss Army knife tool that fits there. Samsung Smart Tag. That is really cool to have inside one of the pouches because I switch bags quite often, but I always have my extended EDC in there. So if there is a Smart Tag inside the extended EDC, I can right away track my bag. So Smart Tag in there. Small little pen, Fisher Space Pen, fits in there as well. Now I would need a cable for the power brick, and I feel like it would make much more sense to have this cable, but this one is longer, so let's put that in there. Yeah, that fits. All right. Now I also have some small items in here, like another cable, battery for the small power bank, but also an airplane adapter. It's always good to have because I had a couple of times where I was in an airplane and forgot about that. So that is inside this small little thing. So if I could kind of squeeze this in there somewhere, maybe this fits. Okay, let's put that in there, this. So now I still have the issue with the cable, damn. So would it be better to just have a power bank in there instead of a power brick? I wonder if that would be the smarter choice, because the extended EDC is basically just there to help me out in a pinch. So maybe I don't carry another power brick, but rather the power bank. That's a difficult decision. Should I utilize these front pockets to get rid of some of the stuff that is inside? So I have that. Yeah, but then I would be too afraid to lose stuff. Yeah, but I could. So I hope you like that I'm actually taking you with me through this thought process, and I feel like that could be helpful for some of you, but maybe it's not as interesting. Let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, put the cable in here. Put those pens in here. Then the flashlight. I mean, it does, if I now squeeze it shut, it's not perfect. It's not like the most organized way, but it does fit. Okay, I don't have these 3 items in here and these. So these are small little tools from Keysmart, but these I wouldn't mind if I would kind of lose them. But oh, they fit perfectly into these slots, and they would not kind of jump out there. Now this fiber cloth is way too big actually, and I'm thinking maybe get just a smaller one and put that in here. So I will get maybe a smaller fiber cloth and put that here. Good, I don't have any no power bank inside this extended EDC, right? But everything else is in here, and look at that. This is much smaller than the Trakke Foulden pouch, so much easier to pack. So maybe I just bite the bullet. Instead of having one pouch with everything, I now have a smaller pouch with almost everything besides the power bank and maybe this multi-cable. But everything fits. And just, yeah, as I said, bite the bullet, use these 2 inside my backpack, switch them from bag to bag. Maybe I will just loop this little hand wrap through here just to make sure that I don't lose that. So like so. I mean, it's not the most elegant situation or solution, but I can be rest assured that I don't kind of forget one of these two. Okay, I wouldn't forget this, but I kind of assume that I would forget this inside the backpack. So looping these together might be a good idea. Oh, separating to loop, I got my Ranger Eye, or not Ranger Eye, somewhat Ranger Eye little patch here. There are some hook and loops here. Maybe position my cool little, you know, the originals Patreon group Velcro patch here, so everyone knows this is my extended EDC. And yeah, so as you were able to tell, I successfully moved everything from the Evergoods CAP2 liter, which I still love, don't get me wrong, and my Trakke Foulden pouch, which I also still love. And congratulations to everyone at Trakke who were kind of put into a position where they can continue their business. I haven't informed myself too much about that, but I heard that they will continue business, so I really love that. So everything from those two pouches into the Orbitkey 2-in-1. I mean, it's a shame that I was not able to use both of these pouches inside, but as you can tell, while this is great, this does take away some of the space that I personally would need, take away from what's inside here, and also use this Tactical Geek pouch to kind of make my extended EDC a little bit smaller. Granted, I wasn't able to fit these two items inside the multi-cable. Maybe I will put that back in from time to time just to be safe that I can charge my wife's iPhone when we're traveling. And the microfiber cloth, yes, this is a shame, but I have smaller ones that I could fit inside here. But for the time being, let's put these two items, so this multi-cable here and the fiber cloth also inside this tech pouch. And I do like this. It just is able to stand like a desk cradle on the desk like the Evergoods CAP2 liters. It's not as elegant. I feel like this desk cradle is a little bit prettier, but this works as well. Now, that was my this wasn't short, but my video about moving from these pouches to the new Orbitkey and the Tactical Geek. By the way, how did you like this non-edited video? Since starting my daily vlog on my second channel, which you can see at -2, I started a daily vlog, and there I kind of challenged myself to do one-take vlogs, not because I was lazy to edit, but rather to practice speaking fluently without any pauses, ums, and stuff like that. And I feel like I got a little bit better, and I sometimes want to try it out, and I felt it was important for this video to kind of take you on a journey how I think about packing these pouches. What did you think about this? And yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Did you find that a little bit boring because I didn't edit, or did you actually find that interesting? Let me know in the comment section below. And I would love to know, what are you utilizing to pack modular inside your backpacks? Or do you just use all of the organization inside the backpack because you don't switch bags that often? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, also comment below. If you want to get any of these items, I will link them below. As I said, affiliate links, you don't pay more, but you will support this channel with a small kickback of that sale. And if you do so, thank you very much. And if you want to see the video about how I pack modular, check out the video up here. And YouTube thinks that you like the video down here, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. I see you in the next video. Thank you very much.